The OOTD has become a thing now, so let's just keep it up. I'm going to wear this super cute dress today. It's this gorgeous, it's not really a pencil dress because it's not like super tight around the body, but it's actually this very soft, very comfortable material, and it has the most beautiful like blue, bronzy, orange stripes to it. And because of how thick the fabric is, it's actually perfect for this time of the year. You can't really wear this dress when it's like 35 degrees outside, but now that it has cooled down to like 21, 22, it's the perfect dress. I'm going to be quite easy on the watch today. Not much there in terms of color coordination. These are going to be my accessories. These earrings actually come from two different sets, one brown, one yellow, but I actually like pairing them together. They are again from that Portuguese brand I've mentioned before, Ben Português. I really love these. And I'm going to wear this ring, which has been made by my uncle, who is a goldsmith. And as a final touch for perfume today, I have chosen the Chanel Coco Mademoiselle. Don't ask me why, but for whatever reason, I always feel like wearing this perfume makes me feel like a badass. I feel like this is a badass lady scent. I don't know. So here it is, you guys. It is a really, really adorable dress. I really love it. Again, I'm not wearing my shoes because they are downstairs, but I posted a picture of them on Insta the other day because they're new. I'm going to try to insert the picture if I find it. Slowly moving upwards with our ranking, today is number 12, the Ritualistic Rose Quad, which came out in last year, Opulence 2019 collection. We're going to talk about the new holiday collection from Pat McGrath in a little bit when I'm applying my makeup, but I just quickly wanted to tell you what I want to do for a look today. So because my dress has this really nice like bronzy brown element to it, I think this shade is going to just fit absolutely perfectly with it. So we're going to do something relatively simple. I want to go for more or less like a one and done look with this eyeshadow, but we might sprinkle some interesting sparkly elements here and there. So let's start off with just applying this shade all over the lid and blending it out. I'm going to start off by applying this shade first onto my lid, just using my fingers, and then I'm going to start slowly blending it out through the crease, and towards the outer corner I'm going to grab a brush so that I can easily blend around there. So let's talk about the new holiday collection from Pat McGrath, the Celestial Divinity collection. So I saw already like the leaked photos of the big eyeshadow palette before it was officially announced, because it was leaked somewhere on the internet and I found, you know, a picture of it on Reddit. And let me tell you, I was so disappointed. First of all, because I don't understand the point of a huge ass palette like this. I just really don't. She has announced in the meantime the price and everything, so the palette isn't going to be $300 like everyone was assuming, because of course it's not going to be super expensive. People should still be able to buy it. I honestly thought it would be in the ballpark of like $125, so the price of her normal big eyeshadow palettes, but because it has 18 shades in it, I thought she would just crank out the price a bit, but she's actually kept it like really civil this time around. It's only $78, and with the 10% off code she's going to send out in the beginning, this is going to be even less. So actually, all in all, I would say this is not a bad price. Now, what does this eyeshadow palette contain? So this is the Mothership Mega. Who needs Mega? I don't understand. I just don't understand why Mega needs to be in the same sentence as a luxury brand. But okay, Mega is reserved for shit like Morphe. Anyway, I'm not comparing Pat to Morphe, let's make that clear. I'm just saying that I don't understand this huge ass eyeshadow palette, because, let me tell you, the deeds. This eyeshadow palette basically contains 3 six pans, and 2 of these six pans are last year's Star Wars collection six pans. So on the left and right side you can clearly see the Galactic Gold and the Dark Galaxy eyeshadow palettes, which fantastic, so many people couldn't get their hands on these eyeshadow palettes last year. And in the middle you have the 6 new shades, so the new 6 pan. The only thing I don't understand is why was it necessary to put all of these together? Wouldn't it have made so much more sense to keep it as 6 pans, just her regular 6 pans, or mini 6 pans, that's fine too. Keep the prices very affordable, but then give people the option to choose. Like, I know for myself last year, I didn't want to buy Galactic Gold because I already own half of Galactic Gold, and I know that she's not making this for me, you know, someone who pretty much collects her makeup at this point, hoards, collects, who knows what the right word is. I know she's making it for the general audience, but even so, who do you know in your direct environment who is not a makeup geek and wants to own an 18-pan eyeshadow palette of all sorts of different colors that they don't have any idea what the fuck they should do with? I don't know a single soul around me, someone who is like only moderately into makeup, who's like, oh, I wish I could own 18 of Pat's eyeshadows in different colors and not have any fucking clue what to do with it. So that's my feel a little bit about that Mega Mothership palette. So you can bet your ass I'm not buying that palette. Because for one, I already have the Dark Galaxy. I originally didn't want the Galactic Gold, and the 6 new shades, pretty as they look, don't look like anything we haven't seen before. If anything, some of the shades remind me of some of her shades in the Subversive palette. There is like this limeish antique green gold shade, which looks exactly like Gigabyte, and there is like a purpley magenta shade, which also looks a lot like Night Creature from the Subversive palette. So I'm not getting that palette. So originally I was super disappointed because I thought, oh goodness, is this all we are getting these holidays? Like, is that it? That huge ass palette is going to be it? I was so disappointed. And I'm going to take a somewhat bigger brush because with the amount of space I have, it's just easier to work with bigger brushes. If you have a smaller eyelid, you can just stick to a smaller brush like the Asani G that I was just using. Anywho, so a few days later she announced that it's not going to be just that huge ass mega palette, but there's also going to be 3 new quads and several lipsticks and a highlighter. I was actually really happy to see that there's going to be much more than that huge ass palette. I love the idea of quads. I do have some qualms with the quads, but we're going to come back to those in a bit because I just wanted to tell you what I'm going to do next for this look. Now, because I want just a tiny bit more like shine in the center, I'm going to apply a tiny bit more of that bronzy brown and lightly spritz my brush, lightly, and just dab that onto the like moving lid right here, just to give it a bit more shine. Do you see how much more beautiful and shiny this becomes? Now, while my lids are still somewhat wet from Fix Plus, I'm actually going to take this shade on my finger. It's like a burgundy magenta purple with beautiful sparkles to it, and I'm going to apply it sheerly over top of that brown. I don't want it to be in full opacity, and because of the texture of this eyeshadow can easily be applied a bit more sheerly because it's more like a topper. I just want to give a little bit of that interesting sparkle over top of that bronzy shade without really overtaking too much the bronze. So it does give a bit more of like a pinkish tone to the eyeshadow, which I'm not sure would be the best choice given that that brown was working just fine together with my dress, but I just really wanted to give a bit more. I just wanted to do a little something here. I hope you don't mind that. I'm going to take a small pencil brush and I'm going to dip into this shade, the gorgeous Topper Duochrome, which has like the pinkish base and the gold sparkles to it, and I'm going to work that into my inner corners. So the quads. The first thing I wanted to point out about the quads, I don't know if any of you noticed, but there are no golds in any of the quads, which I really like. Something I'm not quite sure about is, it seems like the quads are not just going to be special shades, because they're not called the Blitz Astral or whatever quads. They don't refer to her special formula. They're called the Lux something quads. So I am actually not sure. From the photos, it really seems like some of the shades in those quads are matte eyeshadows, which I don't really mind. Like, I don't mind that she's mixing up the textures in the quads. What I do mind, however, is that it seems like the prices of these quads are going to be the same as last year's quads. So we're talking about $68 for 4 eyeshadows, and those 4 eyeshadows aren't even in her special formula. So that sort of pisses me off, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't like that at all. It seems to me like a ripoff, especially because we have that huge ass palette for $78, and then we have the 4 eyeshadows, which yes are a bigger size, and some of them are in the special formula, but if not all of them are in the special formula, that I just don't understand how this is, you know, justified. Even if it comes in the luxurious hefty packaging, even if it has more product in it, I still think it's not justified. I still think those quads shouldn't be more than 50 per piece if they don't contain only special shades. I'm actually going to keep it really simple on the lower lash line. I'm going to throw on this Kiko eyeshadow stick in the number 04, the same like bronzy brown kind of shade. Put that on my lower lash line, and then over top of that I'm going to use the shade from the quad. So aside from the quads, there are some really cute lippies there in some really gorgeous limited edition packaging. She has the Omi and Elson, the classic shades she always releases around the holidays. I'm not going to pick up any of the lipsticks, I think, even though the packaging of some of them looks really gorgeous. Especially the 2 new shades come in this really special new packaging. But I am really excited to pick up the highlighter because it looks absolutely stunning. I am so excited for her to be releasing more like face and complexion products, and I am super curious about this new highlighter and what the formula of that is. I'm really hoping it's her like baked gelée formula. As far as the 3 quads go, I'm actually not sure I'm going to pick up all 3, especially if they come at the hefty price point of $68 and they don't contain only special shades. I am very interested in like that blue bronze quad. I may pick up that sort of more pastel quad, which has like the light pastel purple and the peachy tones in it, because that looks really cute. Not very holiday, but still very cute. And the one with the hot pink is the quad that I really am doubting. I'm not sure I have much interest in owning that quad, because what I actually am not sure of is that if there are repeat shades in those quads, because that one of the quads is called Risque Rose. So is the shade in it Rose Risque, which is in the Lavigne Rose palette? Who knows? We're going to hear about it probably in the coming weeks, because what I also understand is that she's going to release them in waves. So the Mega Mothership is coming on the 25th of September, which is 2 days from now, and I think the quads are only going to come in October. Grabbing a bigger fluffy blender just so everything is nicely blended around everywhere. Going to apply the tiniest bit of the brown just here in the outer corner to intensify it. Why can I never go in with my makeup with a light hand? I'm so jealous of people who can just apply the smallest amounts of makeup. I always need to pack more and more and more and make it like super intense. It's a skill, okay? If you have the skill to make really soft looks, I envy you. So all in all, the holiday collection of Pat, not as disappointing as I thought, but still not as exciting as the previous few years, I feel like. I don't know. There's something about this collection that's not quite speaking to me. Some of the products are more exciting than others, but overall, maybe when I get the quads I'll get more excited, or when I see swatches, because now just based on the pictures it's very hard to tell. And sometimes with her eyeshadows you really need to put them on your eye and see how complex, beautiful and sparkly they are to appreciate them. I'm going to stop babbling now, finish my mascara, do my lips, and I'll be back. And here you have it, guys, like a little like mid-tone, bronzy, smoky eye situation, paired with one of my favorite lipsticks from H&M. You've heard about it so many times before. This is the shade Redwood. It's one of their cream lipsticks. If you guys didn't know, the cream lipstick formula of H&M is one of my top favorite formulas of lipsticks out there, and I highly recommend it because they're also very affordable. So at number 12 we had the Ritualistic Rose Quad from Pat McGrath, a very soft and girly palette which I really enjoy. It's kind of epitomizes femininity for me, this quad. I don't know why. I sometimes have these like very like weird associations with makeup and like certain style, like that perfume which I told you, the Coco Mademoiselle, that always makes me feel like a badass. I don't know why, it's just the way it is. It's like one of those instinctive associations. Anywho, moving on. I hope you enjoyed this video. We're going to see each other next week for number 11 in my ranking, which is the Dark Galaxy 6-pan from the Star Wars collection from last year. Very fitting, seeing that she's releasing this palette again for holidays this year. Which brings me to, please don't forget to let me know what do you think about the holiday collection from Pat McGrath for this year. Are you digging it? Are you not feeling it at all? Are you going to pick up something? What are you going to pick up? I'm very curious to hear your take. I'm going to head off to work and actually feed the cat because I can hear him meowing downstairs. I think he hasn't been fed yet. So, as usual, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!